where, like I mentioned, we have 40 manufacturers who are exhibiting alternatives to plastic bags. Tim, interesting conversation that this particular ban has generated. Quite a number of Kenyans saying that they are not ready for this one. What is really the alternative? That's the question that they're asking. And I'd like just to see what some of these manufacturers have in regards to the alternatives. But also, you can just tell us, what you've been able to see so far, and what are the people there saying about this plastic ban?
Well, despite the fact that many people are still saying that they are not ready perhaps for this transition to a more less plastic environment, the government nonetheless happens to be ready, because this particular expo that has called upon 40 manufacturers to offer alternative ways in which Kenyans can use different items other than plastics is actually taking place right here at the Kenyatta International Conference Center. And shortly before the relevant stakeholders will be taken round to these particular rooms to see the alternative methods, there will actually be a panel discussion on the pros and the cons and whether the ban was the most effective and most viable way of ensuring that our environment is much, much cleaner. So as it is right now, many of the stalls that are here at the Kenyatta International Conference Center are displaying what they say is the alternative to plastics and what Kenyans may now have to contend with within the next 4 days when that Gazette notice takes effect. So we're going to try and see if we can be able to talk to a few of the exhibitors here and see whether they can be able to perhaps highlight for us what exactly alternative methods we are. There's this stall here known as Brand Track of an eco-friendly shopping bags, and as you can see, the display of what Kenyans may have to use when Monday reaches. So we're going to see if we can be able to talk to one of the individuals here just to see and see what the future is. So perhaps, thank you so much for speaking to KTN News. My first question would be, this is inevitably the future of Kenya come Monday. Is it the most viable way of getting rid of plastics from the Kenyan streets?
Yes, it is. Because you see, plastics, they've brought a lot of menace. And environmentally, we want an environment that is safe. So we're bringing an option that is better. Yes.
So just kindly talk to us about this brand that you have here, the Brand Track. What form of bags are these? What are you using to make them? How are they more environmentally friendly?
Okay, these are non-woven bags. We have the sisal bags. Yes, and these bags, unlike the polythene bags, they are biodegradable, and you're able to use them more than once. Yes, and furthermore, they come in different sizes. You can carry them for shopping, you can carry them to school. Yes, and you can be able to pack it in your handbag for the ladies. The supermarkets can be able to give them once. You see, unlike the paper bags, you don't just use it once and throw it. You use it and then pack it back in your handbag. If you are an impromptu shopper, anytime you meet something on the streets, you're able to remove your bag and use it. Yes, and they're very attractive.
Yeah, walk over to the table as I ask. Maybe my question is then, how cost effective is it to the consumer? Because most of these polythene plastic bags that many Kenyans are used to are usually given for free. If I want to buy a watermelon, it's wrapped in that bag and I have to go. They don't charge me for that particular plastic bag. But when it comes for these kind of bags, how then do Kenyans accept them in terms of cost effectiveness?
You see, like for these non-woven bags, when you look at it, it looks expensive. But the smallest size, we are selling from 20 shillings. 20 shillings, I think, for a bag that you can be able to use once, twice, is affordable. And when you look at it, if you're looking at it from a wider perspective, if you're going to use a handbag and then a bag that tomorrow will be, you're not going to get, that is going to affect the environment in the future, I think it is worth to use something that is 20 bob. You're able to use it more than once. It is attractive. So at the end of the day, the paper bag seems cheaper, but in the long run, it is even expensive. Because you see, like this gentleman who sell bags, those bags go for 30 bob. We are selling this from 20 shillings, depending on the size. So at the end of the day, I think it's also cost effective. It is not as expensive as people think. Yes, just because it is